There's a huge opportunity to say more and do more, and that's why we're here today. To hear from some of the best thinkers in the world, to compare notes, and perhaps to quietly conspire to make work better.
New forms of value creation are emerging, and we're seeing this today.
Most people earn their livelihood from selling their labor.
We need more people starting stuff that employs more other people.
If you want your employees to give great service to your customers, you, as leaders in the organization, have to give great service to your employees.
How can I find a sense of purpose on my job? Where can I find freedom in my organization? And I think there's no better time and no better place to ask these very questions than right here at Google.
What I would like to argue is that you are not just your genes and your environment. That scientifically, happiness can be a choice, but it's a choice that we can influence through our organizations. And when we do so, it becomes the greatest competitive advantage in the modern economy.
All people decisions at Google should be based on data and analytics.
We're focused on using the data that we have available to improve the lives of our soldiers.
It's easy to get 25 people to change the way they deliver a service. But how about 25,000 people?
We've actually heard the conversation change, right? So we don't actually hear as much anymore, that's the way we've always done. Instead, we hear, let's test it out, let's experiment.
When we're forced to speak across domains to bridge the worlds that we don't otherwise understand, that's where insight comes from.
I hope you'll remember what I've said about the power of using randomized controlled experiments and hypothesis-driven analyses of big data to test new ideas about how we can improve things at work.
Increasing awareness is really important. Particularly important is having everyone, both employees and employers, understand that good people with good or chivalrous intentions can have ironic consequences for equality in the workplace.
There is, for the first time, the technology to actually understand that it's not true that workers are a cost.
In the future, work environments will be designed to be occupied by both humans and machines.
What we manage by are our values. We're a value-based company.
I love the idea of Google as a gathering place for these kinds of conversations. And I think the rougher and tougher and more aggressive the arguments are, the better we can move the whole thing forward.
At Google, we have about 50,000 people. And all of us together employ about 3 million people, but there's 4.2 billion people working on the planet. How different would the world be if every single one of those people had meaning in their work and felt like they were doing something that mattered? Because we spend so much time on work. If you can change that, if you can improve that, the world will be a different place.